Good day. I'm Letitia with Soul Spread Wisdom. And today I am recording this. It is the night of the full moon in Pisces, 2020. It is September 2nd, 2020. And the full moon in Pisces happened a little after midnight, 12:22 Central Standard Time. So as I'm recording this, it is after 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I had planned to go live today to talk about go live on YouTube to talk about the weekly check-in. During my time of meditation with Spirit today, I was directed not to go live and to actually discuss a topic and a work of literature that is tied to or is called the foundations of alchemy. And so today I will be discussing the Emerald Tablet. The Emerald Tablet is a piece of work that has 13 lines. And in those lines, it is believed that it holds the keys to transmutation of oneself, one's situation. The alchemists are those who believe that you can take actual iron or metal and transmute that into gold. And when we talk about the Emerald Tablet, it is something that is quite mysterious. It has been attributed to Hermes Trismegistus as the author, but it is known that he is not the actual author because the book had its first known appearance in an Arabic text between the 6th century and the 8th century. So Hermes Trismegistus, he lived after that, so he could not have been the actual author. And there are countless translations of the Emerald Tablet. And so as I have been sharing mostly about astrology and jumping into the weekly reports and what is going on in the sky, I believe that we are at a critical point in humanity, in human history. We are on the other side of the Piscean era. And we are the Piscean age, and we are entering into the age of Aquarius, where, the Piscean age was an age where we really leaned on religious tradition and what we were taught to believe, and we leaned solely on someone else to be directed as far as our identity, what we could and could not do, needing to have permission from a higher power or someone who stood as an intercessor for the higher power, standing between the higher power and the people. And in the Aquarian age, we are moving to a place of more freedom, more liberation, Uranian light, and understanding. Self-empowerment. We are moving more towards that. And I trust that is why I have been directed by Spirit to gravitate back towards the Emerald Tablet for my own life and to also share it with those who will be listening to this particular podcast, or if it's on YouTube or on Facebook, wherever it is that you are listening to it. I trust that it is some information that would empower you to understand your connection that you have with the Creator, with everything here on the earth, and with everyone on the earth. So I bought a book. This was last year. I bought this book, and it is titled The Emerald Tablet of Hermes Trismegistus. And it is published by Merchant Books. I bought this on Amazon. It is a really small book. It has a small introduction, and it has many translations of the book, of the tablet. Again, there are 14 lines. So it is said that if you translate for yourself the Emerald Tablet, it will move to your subconscious mind these powerful, transformative words that have been used over time by those who dare lock into alchemy, lock into their own ability to create the life that they want for themselves and their families. So for those who dared to work with alchemy for their own lives and in the natural, of course, transmuting iron into gold, they would take this, they would take the text that they had and then grab a pen and translate that into their own words and understanding, thereby activating this part of their subconscious mind that goes deep within, that is tapped into the divine, connected to the divine, which enables us to tap into our own divine creative abilities. So I'm going to read my translation because I took pen to paper last night and I translated this Emerald Tablet for my own life. So again, there are 14 lines, and as I translated it from a French version that is listed in this book that I purchased from Amazon. And I translated it as I understood the connection. And it was very powerful moment. And I trust that it has come through at this time of the Pisces moon for my higher evolution. And as I share it, I hope that it would prompt you, the listener, to translate it for yourself, to realize how empowered you actually are, and that no one else outside of you has the power to control your life or dictate to you what your life should look like. You are the alchemist. You are the magician. Line 1. This is the absolute truth. Nothing more than absolute truth and nothing less than absolute truth. Line 2. As things are below in the earthly realm, so the same are they in the spirit realm above us. This knowledge is the key to miracle working. Line 3. And since all things that are in the earthly realm and the spirit realm, which exist and come from the one and same Creator, so all these in the earthly realm and the spirit realm are born with the same creative powers of the one and same creator. Line 4. The sun is the father, and the moon is the mother. Line 5. The wind carried it in its womb, and the earth nursed it and tended it. Line 6. It is the mother, the birth giver of all that is powerful and perfect. Line 7. As it is one with the earth, it is perfection and filled with power. Line 7a. Separate the denseness and weight of earth with great care and gentility from that of fire. Line 8. The fire climbs the ladder from earth to the spirit realm of the heavenlies and descends the ladder from the spirit realm of the heavenlies onto the earth. As it ascends and descends, it gathers energy from things that are superior and inferior. Line 9. By means of this one thing, you will partake of all the honors of the world, all the glory of the world. They shall be yours, and you will no longer have obscurity. Obscurity will flee from you. Line 10. It is absolute power. It has the strength of all power, for it will bring clarion light to all mysteries and do away with all ignorance. 11a. By this power the world was created. Line 12. By and through this process, wonders and miracles are achieved. Line 13. This is the reason I am called Hermes Trismegistus, for I possess the three essential philosophies of the universe. Line 14. This is the summation of solar work. And that is my translation that I have written. And one of the things that we often hear that is taken from this text is as above, so below, because that is how it begins. As above, so below. This is absolute truth. So whatever is in the heavenly realm and the way that it operates in the heavenly realm, it also operates that way here in the earthly realm. And for those of us who love astrology, for those of us who practice astrology or are students of astrology, understand the link between the planets and our behaviors here on earth. We understand how it affects us. So we get that part as far as above, so below. But I think that we fall into a trap of thinking that the planetary alignments, even our birth charts, and how we have been born with challenging aspects, it can cause us to feel that we are trapped in that space. But once we understand this very idea that we, as the creator, we are one, all things are one. We have the same creative energy as the creator. And once we understand that, then we are able to move with power, move in an empowered way beyond the challenging aspects in our charts. We are able to work with the energy more so than be a victim of the energy or just subject to the energy or feel that we are imprisoned by the energies in our birth charts and what is happening in the transits. So in line 4, as it says, the sun is the father and the moon is the mother. That is one of the most powerful statements, in that when we work with the cycles of the sun and the moon, the new moon and the full moon, we can use that time in particular. We can use other times as well, but we can use that time in particular to make our petitions using our mouths, where it says that the wind carries this creation in its womb. That is our words. They are being carried by the wind. And it is being nurtured or nursed by the earth. So here in the earthly realm, those words that we release from our mouths during a time of a petition, or even if we are just saying something consistently, that is being carried by the wind, and it is being nursed by the earth, and will manifest in this earthly realm. And it is filled with power. So that is one of the reasons why we have to be so careful about what we are saying, because no matter what it is that we are saying, it is being carried by the wind and being nurtured by the earth, and will spring forth. So this understanding that when we tap in to working with the elements, water, fire, earth, wind, and spirit, there is an opportunity when we connect with herbs, when we connect with crystals, when we connect with fire, when we connect with water, and we represent spirit. And the spirit, we work with deities that represent spirit. There is above us. So as it relates to fire, there is fire here on earth, but it is an inferior fire. And up above, there is a spirit of fire that is more superior. So in essence, when you say your petition at the full moon, and you have your ritual, you light your candle, you have your petition, you release those words are carried by the wind and nurtured by the earth. And then that fire, the inferior fire here on the earth, rises up the ladder and meets with the spiritual fire as it is descending to help your work manifest. This is what is happening in the spirit realm once you have released that energy. That energy begins to ascend and descend. They meet in the middle, and your manifestation is given birth to. And once we understand this, as it says in line 9, once we understand this, there is nothing that we cannot have. There is nothing that we cannot partake of. When we understand that we are the great manifestors, when we understand that we are the ones that are creating our own lives, then we become more intentional and decisive about what it is that we are saying and what it is that we are doing, so that we can partake of all of the honors of the world and all of the glory of the world, and fulfill our purpose and our destinies. And this is absolute power, and it has absolute strength and all power. So I just wanted to share that real quick. I thank you so much for listening. Again, my name is Latisha with Soul's Bread Wisdom. I hope you have a good night, and I will talk to you soon.